Hey guys, so let's learn about artboards. So artboards is kind of a pages. So like you can have multiple pages within one document. So to set it up, go to new and you can set number of artboards. So in this case, I already made a 5 and you can set a spacing between the artboards. And of course, you can change the size of each artboard here. The rest is same as just a single artboard. And you can say OK. Oh, there's just one thing, columns. You can set how many columns. So there's 1, 2, 3. So 3 columns at the moment. And this is the numbering method. So so it would go left to right numbering and then go down to the next row. So it'll be artboard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and like that. And this setting you can also set here, which is on the window artboards panel. So in this, you can say artboard options. You can change the size of the artboard, rearrange all artboards. So this is where you can again change the columns and spacing and such. This option is, let's say if you have some kind of artwork on your artboard, then it'll move the artworks with artboard. So let's try that. So let's say if I have squares or rectangles rather, and then if I say rearrange your artboards, check this thing, I'll just uncheck it just to show you, and it would be like this. I'll just Command Z. Once again, with the option checked, artwork follow the artboards. Again, you can also change the spacing. So let's say a little bit more. You can also delete some of the artboards. If you can just select from here, as you can see, it selects different artboards here, and then you can just delete one of them. So in our case, let's say if we have a calendar grid, for example, let's say just draw something quickly, holding down Option to make a copy, and now I'm gonna duplicate. So go 7. So that's 7, and again snap and hold down Option and Shift, Command D. So let's say if I have this grid for dates, and if I want to repeat this grid throughout the whole artboards, then you can simply cut. So it is copied into clipboard, and you can say paste on all artboards. So let's take a look at year 2021 calendar. We have January starts with Friday. So I'm just gonna copy this just so that I can see it better. Then just put it here. So if you count the lines, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7, but the numbers typically within 6 lines. So let's draw something. So I'm gonna make this one just a square, and in this case I'm gonna create a second layer for the type. This one, say 1. On the right side. So if I do right side, then maybe I should do flush, because if it becomes 2-digit, then it won't go over the line. So I should do font character, and I should do a flush right. So which in this case this way. So you can see the anchor point is on the right side. Right? So I'm just gonna align it somewhere good. So we'll play a little bit. And then let's see, I'll just go with the Helvetica for now. There's the Helvetica bold. Okay. Okay, so once you have that, we just need to make sure that the box is on the layer 1 and the type is layer 2. So the reason is that I want to just control boxes separately. So that's just a copy. Selecting direct selection tool and click and drag, but now holding down Shift and Option or Alt to make a copy, and then you see it snaps. If it doesn't snap, then you should do snap to point option checked. And once it's selected, you can do object transform again, Command D. So I'll just do Command D. 1, 2, 3. So that's 7 boxes, right? Now we would have to go down 7 boxes again. So here, again, holding down Shift and an Option to make sure that they snap. Okay, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it should cover everything. So now that we have this grid, let's just organize a little bit. So the top row should be the date, the day of the week. So let me lower it just in case. And so why don't we just do this? So far the boxes are all ready, so I'm just gonna lock this layer so that I don't accidentally select the boxes, so I can deal with type only. So here we need to make it the days. So okay. Just use all caps for now. And just before we do that, let's just make it centered. And so now that they're all selected, I can just use it. I can just use arrow tool. So remember, like if you hold down Shift, it will move 10 points. So you can just be pretty precise if you want. You can just go, let's say, direct selection tool, and then you can just snap, and then again probably move it down a little bit just to make it look nicer in the box. So that looks good. Now let's change everything. this is we're just doing it really quickly, so you can just fine tune later. So when it comes to the numbers, I don't think there's any shortcuts. So let me just type this in. So I wouldn't want to delete these numbers yet because I'll probably need them later. So I'm just gonna select what I don't need for this month and maybe just make it non-color. So it looks January now, and let's see outline. So I still have them, but it's just invisible, it won't print. Now, before we make copies, I just want to do a little quick thing, which is I'm gonna just snap everything to the corner of the boxes, right, like this, just the snap. And then I'm gonna move 10, let's say start with the 10 points from the right and the bottom. Get rid of this. Let me just create another layer here. Then I'll just bring it down and then hide. So now that we have everything here, I'm gonna just copy. Now I can just do cut and paste on artboards, right? But the problem with it is that we have to turn the paste to remember layers on. So again, if I just do cut and then paste on all artboards, the layer is going to be all erased, the layer information. So we don't want that. We want to keep the text on the layer 2 and the boxes on the layer 1. So Command Z. I'm going to check this paste remembers layers. So let's double check it's checked. And then cut, paste on. Okay, so now that we have everything copied, and also the layers are all intact. If you look at the calendar a little bit closely, then you can see the numbers have their own group. So 1, 8, 15, 22, they always go together as a group. So you can kind of move things around as you make each month. You don't have to retype everything. We'll discuss more in the class, and I'm sure there are many other ways to create a calendar, but I just find it this way. It's a little bit easier to stylize the type or the boxes. So I would just use this way. Try out, and I'll see you in the class.